Okay, this is your typical single switch hookup. This is my so-called power feed, which it's coming from a, let's just say it's coming from a plug. In this case it's a GFI. That's just kind of protect me against if I do something stupid, because you grab a hold couple of a hot wire and a neutral wire, it's going to make you stupid real quick. Alright, anyway, so this is our power feed coming up. Then we have one wire going up, across, and now it's going in to your ceiling box. Always use metal boxes for your ceiling boxes. Don't ever use plastic. Okay, now we're going to flip this switch. And I'm sure you saw the light come on. Okay, now I'm going to flip it off. Alright, but now let's say we're going to put a door right here. So we need to put another box by this other door. And let's say this door is 15 feet away from this particular door. Doesn't matter if it's 5 feet or 15 feet, it all hooks up the same way. Okay, the only bad thing is now you're going to have to, if this is over by the edge of the house to where the framing comes, the ceiling joists come down against the roof, well, you're not going to be able to get over there, which means you're going to have to cut some sheetrock out to get up in there. So, but if you can get over there, then it's just a matter of drilling a hole and then fishing a wire down through there. But let's say the worst is that you've got to cut the sheetrock. Okay, we've got our box. Put the box at the height as the rest of them in your house. And then we have this box. Now we're not going to bother any of this wiring here. The only thing we're going to do is we're going to run an extra wire for a three-way switch that's here. And the way this thing's got to work is that one box has to have a wire going to the light. The other box has to have a wire coming from the power source. This is the situation we have now. Here's your switch. Here's your light. Okay, we have 3 wires coming over to your light. Number 2. Okay, this is what we have now. We have our black, white, and brown. This is our power leg coming into our switch box. Okay, now we break the black wire across a switch, but now the white and the ground continue on as they're tied together in this box. The black wire is broke by the switch, which power leg goes on one leg, switch leg goes on the other screw, and they go over to the light fixture. Okay, now we want to put in a three-way switch, which means the power leg stays the same. The only difference is this switch we take out and we're going to put in a three-way switch. This black wire going to the light fixture gets cut and capped with a wire nut. Okay, as I said out there, one side needs to be the hot leg switch, the other one needs to be the switch leg switch. Okay, so the black wire coming into the light fixture is cut. The white and the ground is still there, hooked up like it should be. Now, what we've got now, okay, now we're going to put our three-way switch in. We've got 3 screws on each of our switches. Alright, now what we got to do, since we know how the single switch is hooked up, now we're going to get to the three-way switch. And a three-way switch has three screws on there. Most of the time it's two on one side and one on the other side, then plus the ground. Okay, but what's really important is there's one screw that's a different color, and that screw is very important. The other two screws are the same color. Those are your leads that go from one switch to the other. There's two wires, and I'm going to show you right now. So what you have, okay, here's your three-way switch. Okay, and then this is your oddball colored screw. These two here are the same color. Alright, so what we do now, we got rid of this switch. You want to take the black that's coming from your power source, the wire coming from the power, there we go, we'll hook up to that screw there. The white and the ground, you don't need to change them. They continue on over to your box. You're going to have to run one piece of Romex, and I'll show you here in a minute, and it's going to hook to your off color switch. Okay, and then the other end of it is going to go up and hook just to your light. So you're going to have with nothing to do, because the only two wires you need is just that one black wire. Now this is just one leg of a Romex. So now we've, like I said, we've got this Romex. We're running from this coming down to your light. Remember this other black wire, so we want to make sure we cut it, cap it, and get it out of the way inside your utility box. Okay, your white and your ground are still coming into this box. Okay, your ground still hooks to your ground. Your white still hooks to one side of your light. Okay, but now we still don't have any power to this switch, so now we have to get another piece of Romex and the black and the white. All this wire is going to do is hook from these two same color screws, and they're going to go around and hook into this one with the same color screws. So that's where you're going to need your two pieces of Romex. One to hook the light up, and then one, I forgot the name of it, you call it, that runs from one switch to the next. So you run one to here, and then you come around. This one's in the same Romex, but then it's got to come around and hook into this screw. Okay, the ground wire, you can just hook it up with the other ground wire in this box.